Transparency post. I regret buying a house. I regret it a lot. If I could go back to January 2022, I would tell that girl, do not. Just find another apartment to move into, because doing all this shit that I have to do for this house and all the unexpected costs, high dollar unexpected costs that I keep running into, to be handling it by myself, is ass.
Amongst needing new floors up and downstairs, needing to replace windows because they've cracked, needing a new HVAC unit, we also now need to have our water heater fixed. This is what it's like to buy a home in today's economy. Builders just don't care. They're gonna build these houses as quick as they can and get them sold for as much money as they can, even though they are worth
So about a year and a half ago, I bought a brand new house. It's like a dream home for me, you know, and little did I know how it would ruin my life. This is not normally how I look or sound. I have been poisoned by my house.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hope, and we back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about this crazy trend that's been going on social media about how everybody's regret buying a house that they just bought from a couple years ago. What's going on? We talking about from everything from being house poor, from new expenses unexpected, to new home builds and what to watch out for and how to save money and not to end up in these situations. So let's go ahead and hop on into it. But real quick, if you do want to stay laced up with what's going on in the economy and you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and we're going to go ahead and push this into the algorithms. Let's get into it.
If anyone wants to know what it's like to buy a house, to buy your first house, if you think it's going to be like super exciting and such a big accomplishment, fucking sucks. I feel confused, stupid, overwhelmed, and scared just about every single day. Last night I cried so hard that I think I died for a second, and then I was brought back to life by my dad screaming at me and telling me to get it together. I have to talk to people every single day, which is new for me because I work from home and I live alone, and I usually don't have to talk to this many people or like be responsible to answer emails and text messages and the phone. It's way more expensive than anybody tells you. I was quoted like $3,500 and my mortgage is gonna end up being $6,000. There's a lot of moving parts and just like a million decisions that you have to make, and I guess I just definitely don't recommend this to anybody who's doing it alone. Like, I've generally never felt more alone in my entire life. I just wish I had someone to go through this with, like help make decisions or just to double check things. I have the worst intuition. I'm so trusting of everyone. I'm just saying yes to everything and everyone because I don't know what else to do. I'm probably getting scammed left and right because I'm working with so many different people and making so many decisions every single day. It's just a lot. So I haven't cried today. That's good news. I have to take this class about becoming a homeowner by like Monday. Then I'm gonna go shop for appliances.
Many millennials regret buying homes. This is why it's important for you to run your numbers so that you don't end up house poor. Let me show you what I mean. What you can qualify for and what you can comfortably afford is sometimes two different things. So if you make $100,000, the typical debt to income ratio a lender is going to use when qualifying you is about 40%. That gives you $40,000 divided by 12 months, gives you a monthly allowance of $3,333 if you have no debt. So you could buy probably around a $400,000 house. Your payment would be around $3,300 and you would just qualify and you'd be celebrating. But the next step you must take with your family is, what is your take-home pay? If you make $100,000, your take-home pay is around what? $6,200? If your house payment without utilities or anything is $3,300, that is 53% of your net pay. This is where you're creeping into the house poor area and you don't want to be there. But I understand your frustration because you're like, hey, I make $100,000. How can I find anything for under $400,000? Because back in the day, the financially responsible thing to do was to have your house payment be about 30% of your net. But if that were true for someone making $100K today, they would have to buy a $240,000 home, which doesn't really exist in most places. So I understand your frustration, but when you sit down with your lender, also sit down with your family, talk with your lender, and look at your net pay so that you don't end up house poor and you can actually enjoy the home you're.
Now, to hear that the average income is $80,000 a year in America, I do believe that, but I also know a lot of people who don't even make that. I know so many people who buying a house is far out of sight, out of mind. I'm just trying to survive day to day, put groceries on my tables because the grocery prices are high, because the rent prices are high, because gas prices are high. My monthly car bill, which shout out if y'all do want to go ahead and watch that. I do have a video that I'll go ahead and link up here that if y'all want to watch out for the car payments, get into it. But anyway, back to the topic. Yes, it is very important that all these numbers mash up and come together, because if the average income is $80K a year and we're talking about only being able to really afford $1,200, $1,300 a month for your mortgage payment to live comfortably, at certain price ranges for these houses that are now going into the millions, it's just getting further and further away. It is vital when you're going through a transaction such as buying a house that you make sure all the numbers check out. It is absolutely important that you know that this business, this world, economy, everything that we live in is running off of transactions. Everyone is trying to make money. That comes down to the lender, that comes down to the realtor, that comes down to the home inspector. This whole process of buying a home and housing is really the backbone of our economy, is real estate. So because it employs and has so much money going in this ecosystem, they're all trying to make money. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's evil in this business, but ultimately they're trying to make money. You need to know that. All right, so top comment here, it says, where are you finding homes for $200,000? LOL. Yeah, I mean, honestly, right now, 200,000 is going to be a little stretch, but they're possible. You want to go to the cornfields of Indiana, you can find a house, 200,000. It is very far in between. You're not going to really probably want to live there, but you can find them. It is crazy out here. So the next comment here, how is someone making 80,000 a year saving 50,000 for a down payment? I mean, that is a very serious question, because when we get down to the nitty pitty of things, $50,000 is a lot to have to save up. A down payment is a lot to have to save up, especially if you want to put down a 20% of a down payment, or if you're doing less than that, you got to talk about extra fees that they are to tackle in, of course, with the lender side for their insurance, PMI, private mortgage insurance. Well, that's for the banks, for the lenders. But yeah, these are very important questions. So let's go ahead and hop into the next comment. Last comment here real quick before we hop into the next clip. Now, the last comment here, a $200,000 condo probably has a $300 monthly condo fee. Dang, man. Yeah, you got to honestly think about all of these factors coming in together when your monthly fees are totaling out, because you have your mortgage, but then you have your property insurance, then you have the maintenance that you might have to take care of throughout that month, then you have also the condo fees, HOA fees, everything that comes in with monthly pricing is more than just the mortgage. Of course, a lot of people already know that, but you want to put that in perspective. So this is why a lot of people, when they don't do the numbers, they start having problems and they start regretting the purchase.
Transparency post. I regret buying a house. I regret it a lot. If I could go back to January 2022, I would tell that girl, do not. Just find another apartment to move into, because doing all this shit that I have to do for this house and all the unexpected costs, high dollar unexpected costs that I keep running into, to be handling it by myself, is ass. So to all you young women who want to go out and buy a home, I encourage you to really, really think about it. Talk to some people and really see the ins and outs. I mean, it always sounds good. Oh yeah, your mortgage is only going to be $1,000 until they reevaluate your property taxes, and that bitch goes up $200. You know, it's trash. 85 degrees, your AC is gonna go out. You don't want to know how much that costs. It's trash.
So I'm gonna keep it 100 with ya. I told y'all I got this house in Dallas, Texas, for like around $375 or whatever. Living in a nice area. Yeah, I don't know if this shit is worth it, bro. Not only did I put $10,000 out of my savings, this $3,000 mortgage, man, I am literally house poor. Like, I don't know if just having my own space is worth not being able to do anything else. Like, I miss having a little apartment and going out and doing whatever I want and buying whatever I want. And I understand the long-term investment and all that shit, but I don't even care about money. And I make $124. Like, I feel I shouldn't have to work a fucking side job. And my mom was always pushing me to, like, go to house, get a house, get a house. And now that I have it, I don't think this shit worth it. Especially if you're single. Any thoughts?
Nowadays, especially with all these new financial gurus and everyone coming into the market telling you how to be better with your finances, are pushing for you to be a homeowner, are pushing for you to invest in homes, is pushing for you to hurry up and rush for the FOMO of not being able to ever afford a home again. Now, I'm not saying that buying a home is a terrible idea. I'm saying that you need to be prepared for your purchase. And when you're not making sure that the numbers work out, then you're opening yourself up to so much risk. It sounds good I'm a homeowner. It sounds good that, oh yeah, I can go ahead and have this home and I'm having people pay me rent, or I don't have to worry about rent. I'm not throwing away money. But the practicalness of everything when you're in there and you don't have anybody that you can call when you have problems, it's on you. You're the one that has to fix it. That's a whole nother reality coming from when you're renting. Now, I do want to know your thoughts. Please leave a comment below. Would you rush into buying a house if you could really quickly get into there because the prices are rising, but open yourself up to the downside of not knowing the numbers? Or just give me your experience of your first time home buying and what it was like, horror stories or anything like that, good news, tips. Just go ahead and drop it down below. We're a community. I want to go ahead and hear from you. But let's go ahead and hop into these comments because I know they got something to say about this. All right, so top comment here. Since my divorce, I rent a small place and travel abroad. I make 6 figures, but I'd rather travel and see the world instead of being house poor. Now, this is absolutely true, and I applaud. Let's get this man a round of applause. I agree. I think that that is the way to go. You absolutely want to go ahead and get about this country fast as you can. Just kidding. All jokes. I love America. Everything is good. Not everything is good in this economy, though. So if you do have the experience to be able to travel the world and get out and make your money stretch so much further, because the US dollar goes a lot further in this world outside of the US. And it may seem impossible for us to travel, but it's possible, man. We all know living abroad is not for everybody, but if you can swing it, I would absolutely swing it. Which, you know, we might go on a couple of adventures on this channel. We're going to see, you know, build up this community a little bit. We'll see about traveling around the world. But all right, let's go ahead and hop into the next comment here. All right, so next comment here. Buying a less expensive house would make your life better. Yeah, I think honestly, not maxing out how much you're able to lend from their lender is a very good idea. Especially as much as you can save in your monthly mortgage. Absolutely, without risking too much of the house. You know, you don't want to go too extreme there. You want a good balance. Nowadays, a good balance sounds so extreme because of 2020. In all honesty, it's the goal for you to make sure that everything lines up and works so you're not house poor. All right, and the last comment here, owning beats renting. The equity will certainly be worth it. It's now time to learn discipline. Absolutely can't argue with this comment because long run, longevity, everybody knows owning the actual property goes so much further than actually renting, investment wise, financial wise. Because there could be an argument made for throwing away your money where you're renting, but I don't like to necessarily go down that route because you are experiencing where you want to live, and buying a home is a serious purchase, an extremely thought-provoking thing that you need to strenuously go through and make sure it numbers wise lines up and also your future wise lines up. Do you want to stay here see yourself being here for the next couple of years, or living and having this home here? How's the market? How's everyone around? The things that are very important when it comes to purchasing a home rather than renting.
New construction. Welcome to your new home. Haven't even made it in the house yet.
Isn't that supposed to be a gap right there?
Window frame's cracked.
Got to seal up some nails.
That's a decent sized foundation crack. And then starting to get diagonal stair step cracking, which points to structural movement. Brand new house. Okay, and in the same area, we start getting a pretty decent separation in these join materials. Y'all like how that looks? See that? Not much hanging over right there, but a good amount hanging over right there. It adds character. I need to backfill all this with more soil and sod. Look how much footing's exposed. Well, guess they're just gonna leave that there. It's broken.
All right, so you hear all the old timers saying how they don't build them like they used to. And I gotta tell you, this one missed the mark by a long shot. I'd like to know what their budget was for nails on this project. All right, so this home's going for $1,100,000. So let's take a look at it and see what our money's buying us here. All right, I'm gonna be honest, This thing looks like the framers lost in a game of Tetris. I mean, what do they just stack boards up and just see which one fits best? I've seen a lot of framing in homes, but I've never seen this technique. I'd say upwards of 75% of the wall studs in this home were cut in half, and then another stud put right next to it. That's one of the ones you see with the green paint, which I would assume was put there by the framing inspector. Surely the builder didn't think this was going to fly. Oh, but that's not all. Every single plumbing penetration through this concrete slab had to have been redone and re-poured with fresh concrete, or cut out. Here's a recessed outlet that goes into the center of a living room. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you every single plumbing penetration was redone. Well, they obviously didn't redo that board right there. It was split right in half. Because that'll throw them over budget. God, here's that stud again. I mean, did they have to redo every component in this house? The plumbing, the studs? I tell you what I'd do is I'd redo my payment. I ain't paying these jokers.
Does anybody else feel like the quality of things have just drastically decreased and you're paying a lot more for more BS than before, the quality wise? I mean, we already talked about this with inflation and shrinkflation and going out to eat and the grocery stores, and a video that I've covered here that if you do want to go ahead and check out, go ahead, link right here. But everything since 2020, not gonna say the word, but ever since 2020, everything quality wise has been decreasing drastically, and it's insane. And the price tag has drastically kept on increasing. Look at these houses. These are $500,000 homes, and you're seeing problems like this on a new build. These are new builds. This isn't something that's been here since the 70s, the 60s. They just built this, and they're already having problems from the foundation. The foundation is not even settled right, and they're trying to put people in these homes. I absolutely want to reiterate this because it is vital. There's so much money going on into this real estate market that it feeds the realtor, it feeds the lender, it feeds the inspector, and it feeds all the construction companies, and it feeds the city. The taxes, so much gets fed into these purchases that you need to make sure that the numbers make sense, because these people are trying to make sure their pockets are fat, and they're going to tell you what you want to hear so you can finalize this purchase. So not everyone is like that and greedy, but I'm just saying, ultimately, everyone, again, is still trying to make money. So when you don't make sure everything lines up, we're going to hear about these crazy stories like we're about to get into right now with these new builds, and they didn't make sure everything was up and up and up. So let's go ahead and hop into it right now.
It looks like I haven't showered or washed my hair today. That's because I haven't, and not by choice. I went to take a shower this morning and we have no hot water. Why? Well, I live in a new construction home that was purchased a year and a half ago, and amongst needing new floors up and downstairs, needing to replace windows because they've cracked, needing a new HVAC unit, we also now need to have our water heater fixed. This is what it's like to buy a home in today's economy. Builders just don't care. They're gonna build these houses as quick as they can and get them sold for as much money as they can, even though they are worth So
about a year and a half ago, I bought a brand new house. It's like a dream home for me, you know? And little did I know how it would ruin my life. This is not normally how I look or sound. I have been poisoned by my house. My story is so crazy, everything I've experienced with this new build. But if I could share something with you, is that watch the process of your new build and check your AC by your AC guy, not theirs. My house has mold in it. I am so sick here. I'm stuck in this house. I have almost a 9% interest rate, and $3,000 of my mortgage goes to interest every month. My house, they forgot to put the vapor wrap or barrier wrap in it. My AC was installed wrong, oversized unit with exposed holes everywhere. My whole house was built with moldy lumber. Every night, I sleep on my couch. These are my couches. I'm sick of it. I can't sleep in any of the rooms because I can't breathe. My throat hurts every day. I have the most insane symptoms every day from the mold exposure.
Do you really imagine buying a new build house? You saved up all of your money. You made sure you made this down payment, huge investment for your home and your family, and you find out that this new build has mold in it and your family can't breathe and you're struggling to breathe because of the construction company of how they built the home. Oh man, please, I'm gonna get into their comments and how people responded on this video. I just have to know your response. Please drop a comment below. And also, if you're liking this video so far, please leave a like and subscribe. But yes, let me know your thoughts because this is insane. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the comments here. I know me and the builder, I'm suing, and we're going to have problems. All right, so top comment here, just built the new house. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, definitely heads up and play on this. Make sure you're aware. These houses, make sure ain't no mold going on in your house. So the next comment here, we have, wow, what a nightmare. An absolute nightmare that you have to put your family through because this is a purchase that you just did and you just bought this house. You made all of your savings, a big investment. Now you got to worry about trying to fight for your health with your lungs because of mold. Man, these new builds, man, keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled. And last comment here, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You look incredibly sick. I hope you can get out. Yeah, seriously, if you can hurry up and get out of that house, sell that house, whatever it is, do what you got to do to get about that house, fix the problems, whatever it is, just, it's just so frustrating because, again, you go through the perspective of everything that goes into trying to purchase a home. And then once you get into the home, you get into these problems and they got to spend more money on just trying to maintain and fix the home. It's just a big headache. So I understand why people are having regrets, but I don't want to discourage anybody. If you are able to make sure everything lines up number-wise, everything else, please go ahead and purchase a home for you and your family. It is a good investment if everything lines up. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see what else is still going on in this economy, I'm going to go ahead and link a video here. YouTube might think that you're going to like this next video. And please like that and subscribe down below. It was good always hanging with you guys. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.